It was Mikaela Mayer defending her junior lightweight title in front of her hometown. Let's talk about it. Well, Mikaela Mayer returned home and fought Jennifer Hahn in front of her hometown and defended her junior lightweight title by unanimous decision. I picked Mikaela Mayer in this fight by decision, as I assume that a lot of you have. Let's get right into the fight. Let's talk about the pros and the cons. Let me start with Mikaela Mayer. The pros would be her aggressiveness. Her last few fights, she has shown a lot of aggressiveness. Even though that is not exactly how I would like to see her fight, she has been sticking with what she's been doing, which is showing her aggressiveness. I like the fact that she was walking Jennifer Hahn down. I like the fact that she was going for the knockout. As we noticed, her last 3 or 4 fights, she has been going for the knockout. And I also like the short hooks. As for the cons, I didn't like the fact that Mikaela was pushing the jab. Instead of snapping the jab, popping the jab, a lot of times in the fight, she was pushing the jab. Now, there were times where she did pop the jab, but a lot of the fight, she was just pushing the jab out there. I don't like the fact that she is still dipping down. She's 5'9". She's taller than pretty much every opponent that she stands in the ring with. And instead of her using her height and her boxing skill, she has this thing where she wants to dip down. I also didn't like the fact that she was leaning in. Not only does she dip down, but she leans in a lot of times after she throws punches as if she's off balance. And I don't like the fact that every fight she gets in is a firefight. Even though one of my pros is her aggressiveness, I'm not really a fan of the fact that she wants every fight to be a firefight. As for Jennifer Hahn, the pros would be the uppercut. I thought she found something with that right uppercut. Whenever Mikaela would lean in or dip down, she would throw that uppercut. I like the short hooks, the short left hooks that she was throwing. And I also like the fact that she didn't back down. She was in there with, let's be honest, the better fighter, the better boxer, but she did not back down. As for my cons for Jennifer, it will be the firefight. I didn't like the fact that she also was willing to get into a firefight when she could have used a different strategy, I think, to keep Mikaela at bay. And I didn't like the fact that she wasn't firing multiple shots when Mikaela was dipping down. What I mean is when Mikaela would either lean in or dip down, yes, Jennifer would sometimes throw that uppercut or throw that short left hook, but she should have been firing 4 to 6 shots every time Mikaela got in close. Let's talk about the fight a little bit. I thought it was a pretty decent fight. It was pretty much what we are expecting from Mikaela Mayer at this point. She's going to come in throwing a lot of punches with no power and just overwhelming her opponent. I did like the fact that there were parts of the fight that she did stand behind her jab and she boxed. That's what I would like to actually see her do more of. Stand tall, stand behind her jab, use that to set up her power instead of leaning in, throwing a lot of shots, trying to get into a firefight to get the fighters out of there. I did think that in the 8th round, she hurt Jennifer. I thought that she could have got her out of there. Now, at the end of the fight, she said that she think it's the fact that the women's rounds are a lot shorter, and that's why. I've said before that I'm actually a fan of the 2-minute rounds. I just would like to see 12 2-minute rounds instead of 12 10-minute rounds, whether it be a championship fight or not. Let's let the women get 12 rounds. That would make up for the fact that they don't have 3-minute rounds. See, I like the 3-minute rounds because I think it puts more pressure on them to perform a lot quicker and it doesn't give them time to kind of lay back. If you want to go for the knockout, you have to basically get in there and set up your shots and deliver it that way. Anyway it goes, we get to the end of the fight and Mikaela wins by unanimous decision. Now, let's talk about what happens from here. If you saw the post-fight interview, Mayer said that she wants to unify at junior lightweight. Now, this is for the people who say that she's running, she's hiding, she's not calling out anybody. She made it clear by name that she wants Alicia Baumgardner and she wants Cho to unify the belts. Now, she made it seem as if she would fight one or both of them. Now, I would like to see her fight both of them before she goes up in weight and tries to take on Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. I understand why she might want to jump right to that fight because it would be a bigger money fight. It would be a bigger profile fight, but I would like her to stick to her word and clean up the junior lightweight division. Listen, if she doesn't fight Baumgardner and she doesn't fight Cho, we know that people are going to say she ducked them and ran out of the division. Now, one name that I did notice that her, Baumgardner, or even Cho, that I never hear them say is Persoons. Persoon is still there. She's still at the top of the division, but it's interesting that none of these ladies ever call her out. Be that as it is, Mikaela did call out what she wants to do, and for the people who say she doesn't, she said it out of her own mouth. Those are the two fights that she would want. Then she wants to move up to lightweight. Well, what did you think about the fight? Who did you pick? Did you think that Jennifer Hand gave a spirited effort? Did you pick Mikaela? Did you pick her by stoppage? Did you pick her by decision? And what do you want to see next? Do you want to see maybe Cho and Baumgartner fight and Mikaela gets the winner? Or do you, or like me, do you want to see Mikaela fight both of them, clear out that division, and then move up to lightweight? If you haven't already, like and subscribe, hit the notification bell so we can keep talking boxing. Other than that, that's all I got. I'll let y'all later.